You dare rebel against me. I cast you out of heaven forever. Oh no! What? Oh, it's the Arab Spring. Poland may not into space, but they can into heaven, apparently. The Arab Spring was a series of protests and uprisings that took place in the early 2010s. Obviously, Morocco took part in a little bit of it, which is why they're here. But also in the Countryball universe, Israel, or like the Vatican, takes place as some sort of heavenly creature. And Morocco tends to be shown as El Diablo, simply because of the star on their flag. Kind of looks like a no-no star. Morocco will always be seen as El Diablo. I don't know why I use Spanish there, but Morocco and Spain have history. Poland kicks a ball, and it's in goal! We have frick did it, boys. Poland cannon to win. Yeah, who afraid? Freaking goal. Yeah, even though it is France 3, now Poland 1. Lay what? As the French team that's winning is really confused why Poland is celebrating. Sometimes it's the minor victories that count. When you're getting blown out, just scoring 1 point is a cause for celebration. And this is actually what happened. France was just spanking Poland 3-0. At least you got one on the board though. And at least they got into the knockout rounds too. That's pretty good. Finally, the superior name over soccer and football. It's World War II, and we have a no-no Germany and a no-no Japan. All of a sudden, the UK, USSR, and USA all crush the Germans. Then Japan gets nuked, but hey, they outlasted them. Cut to the FIFA World Cup, Group E. Outlast you again. Maybe this is Japan's special ability all along, and we had no idea. Just always out-survived Germany. In a shocker, Germany somehow got knocked out in the group stage. Meanwhile, Japan won it, although Japan would go on to lose to Croatia. It's funny, I'm not necessarily watching every single game. I'm just having a lot of fun seeing the results and then seeing the resulting memes. The memes help me understand what's going on. Let's also not forget, in terms of the world wars, Japan still has a dub in their belt. They were on the winning side in WW1. Meanwhile, Germany still is trying to figure out how to win one of those. Probably even more examples. I just can't think of them right now. Germany running to the nearest healthcare center. I guess it's closed forever and help wanted. Is this the place countries go in order to oof themselves? Yep, says Canada. You came to the right place. By the way, I was wondering why you've decided to undergo MAID, or in other words, medically assisted oofing. Oh, that's right. Yeah, because of the World Cup stuff. Yeah. There's more to this one than just the fact that Germany took an L. I think this is also making a reference to something going on in the Canadian healthcare system. Maybe a relation to Canada's also really poor performance in the World Cup as well. No is ice cream for you, Almania. This is one of those Turkish ice cream guys that never give you the ice cream. Cut to no European Union passport for you, Turkey. This is how Germany gets them back, huh? Turkey's been waiting something like 35 years to join the EU. Or maybe they don't want to join. They technically applied in 1987 and then was eligible in 1999, but obviously since then things have stalled. Maybe if they give up their ice cream tricks or something, that's gotta be the thing that's keeping them out. Qatar 2022. Francia bad, says Poland crying. Japan over Germany. It's time for revenge in the 100 Years' War, says England to our France. Holla why, as Qatar gets kicked out immediately. Haha, Korea cannon to win Portugal, but then, yeah, their son Brazil doesn't like that very much. I am sorry, Belgium, says Morocco. Meanwhile, there's just Italy crying alone. Like, why? I'm still confused about this. How did Italy not make it? They got beaten by Northern Macedonia, and so they didn't even qualify. That is painful. It's actually their second consecutive World Cup they failed to qualify for. I mean, at least Qatar got to join for a little bit there, even if it was just kind of automatic since they hosted. This was how it was for them to be immediately eliminated first. Just kind of drives directly across the street and they're home. At least they didn't have to make a long journey. When is Italy gonna get it together? Become my reliable oil plug and you'll never need money or power again. Deal? Oh yeah, I think Saudi Arabia is really down for this. It's very nice to be US puppet. I have now riches beyond wildest dreams. Only now I become addict for money. I would definitely enjoy more money and bet that dum-dum over there can help to make me more money. We want make halt to oil production? Da. I always have to look up the pronunciation of da. Da. Okay, I think that's right. Here's Saudi Arabia cutting their puppet strings. You colluded with Russia to gouge everyone's oil prices? We're supposed to look out for each other's national interests. It is my national interest to make bank. It's nothing personal. Later that very same day. Not really. Hijo de una gran puta. Venezuela, wake up right now. Your time in the doghouse is sadly coming to an end. I need cheap oil. I'll even pay you in US dollar, not that RuneScape stuff. Ooh, si senor. And then Canada's like, when do I get to become oil's bad word? Aw, with their useless Keystone Pipeline. Who could have predicted this? Canada, jealous of Venezuela? Okay, I really enjoyed this comic. I love the part about RuneScape because I thought I was the only one that talked about this. I've mentioned it many times before, but RuneScape has actually helped Venezuelans survive. They just do like a whole lot of grinding, basically. Get a bunch of in-game gold and then sell it outside of the game. With the Russian invasion of Ukraine, there's been a lot of interesting things happening for oil. Saudi Arabia with a very large chunk playing both sides so they come out on top, but this really shows how Venezuela has the most in the entire Western Hemisphere. But until recently, they've been sanctioned into oblivion, and that's why they're looking like this. For some reason, I always thought Norway had way more. I guess they just have a lot compared to the rest of Europe. Still nothing compared to a lot of the Middle East. There's even a website showing us the conversion rate between RuneScape gold and US dollar, and that tells me it's probably doing better than the Venezuelan currency. Yeah, you can say that again. There's definitely a lot of oil buddies going around. Another week full of plans. When will we have free time for leisure again? Meanwhile, their calendar's just filled with napping and partying. Actually, I have to leave for a bit, says Portugal. Okay, where do you need to go so suddenly? I cannot tell. Please not follow me. Welcome to the annual Lusophania meeting. I can't believe you are all my children. Wow, Portugal actually has a lot, I forgot. Oh, except they lost Macau. China stole them away. So, did any of you guys manage to stop all these social and economic problems we all have? Portugal! Who are these people? España! I don't know them. They just came to the window. Call the police. Comic has really helped me realize just how many kids Portugal does actually have. I mean, Brazil has obviously been kind of the crown jewel, but we can't forget about Angola, Mozambique, and then several tiny places that they got all around the world, including some islands in the Atlantic, which helped them leapfrog to the Americas. Oh yeah, and don't forget about Guinea. They had a trading post for a little bit there before the Japanese kicked them out, and then yeah, Macau's gone. But it is a nice, like, what's that called? It's like the Vegas of Asia. And then how could anyone forget about East Timor? Maybe it's not quite as big as what the Spanish had at one point, but at least it's all Portugal's. Oh, and interestingly, this is actually a word for Portuguese-speaking countries. They are peoples that speak Portuguese as a native or as common second language, and nations where Portuguese features prominently in society. And Angola and Mozambique's population is nothing to scoff at. Over 30 million for both. Interesting that Mozambique speaks significantly less Portuguese, though, than Angola. I had no idea. I feel like Galicia, Spain could have also been included, too. It's great to live here in Europe, home of democracy. That, of course, when you're not born Polish. Oh, no, 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 no. Ho, 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 ho. Meanwhile, Italy just regular laughs. Interesting that Luxembourg is han-han-hanning as well. Love their little mini glass. Hey, says Poland angrily. Am may not be as rich as you, but am still relevant. Yeah? Okay, tell me what makes you relevant, Poland. I think Luxembourg has had too much to drink. Well, M has make proof that Earth makes spin around sun. I'm pretty sure I did that, Poland, not you. No, Germany, was me. Nye, I remember it like yesterday's. Anyways, M still have the discover of polonium and radium. But remember that you were not able to make it without my help, says France. Okay, Curvois. You want to know what Am maked? Am show you what Am maked. Am made first modern oil well. No thanks to any of you. It was my idea, no one else, Curvois. Wait, that implies that you started global warmings. Wait! No. And the knives have come out. Wait a second. Germany has devolved back into Imperial Germany. Italy with their bottle of wine and knife, probably a little one for Luxembourg. Really like this weapon that France has, a baguette with a screw at the end of it. That's definitely going to cause some damage. So it is true, a Polish pharmacist and petroleum industry pioneer built one of the world's first modern oil wells in 1854. Also became one of the world's first oil refineries. Yeah, this might be one of those things that's cool and all, but maybe you should just keep it to yourself. And also had the third most productive region in the world by the year 1900. I guess we can finally say Poland can into oil. Get oofed, Spanish oppressor. No, you, Dutch traitor. Hey, wait a second. Aw, man, my weapon broke. Here, buy mine instead. Only 6 guilders apiece. Aw, thanks very much. Now, where were we? Oh man, the Dutch just so good at this stuff. How could Spain say no to them? This is obviously referring to the 80 years or Dutch revolts. This is how they got their independence. They definitely make sure that their priorities are straight. The World Cup group stage is ended, and these are the countries who are eliminated from the tournament. We always have Iran, who was taken out by America, Mexico, who was close but just didn't have enough, Canada, who actually did terrible, and then of course the big surprise is Germany and Belgium. Actually, we decided to boycott the World Cup because of Qatar's horrible human rights conditions. Yeah, that's the real reason we're leaving. Yeah, Sure. Haha, look who have comings back home. Then again, a lot of these guys would be pretty soon next. Quite the excuse. Yeah, we didn't want to play anyways, because Qatar is bad. Yeah, I guess even Qatar's own team didn't want to play because Qatar's human rights stuff. Honestly, they should have just been like Italy and boycotted it from the start. Italy never wanted to go. And big thanks to my patrons. Drew, I'm stalking you and will kidnap you December 27th, 2022. DJ McSkillet,
aPhatNarwhal.
Drew's Argentinian
$20
is
Bjarne
Elonich. Bring
Wildfang,
back
Evan
Pryce,
GoodOldRyah,
Isaac Kilgore
LuxembourgLover,
Nova Gamer,
Veiotic,
Bassall,
ortin,
69610,
Patrick,
Phresh
Allison,
Animations,
RyeThePie,
Scottish
Token,
Token, if you hear this, I love you. The
Lithuanian,
Mexican
Commonwealth,
Twickenhamster.
and why am I doing this?